Well, we got a few people haven't shown up yet, so you won't get going till then. What can I show you guys? Oh, I'll show you this. It has nothing to do with today. But we painted this, I think, probably in the fall. And the swan. And I just decided to throw in some glazes into it to see what was going to happen. See if I can make it better. And they did a really great job. I mean, basically, I just did a glaze of phthalo green on it. On most, just a really light, thin phthalo mixed in with some Gelkid, really light Gelkid, and just kind of put a tone on most of it. And took it really light on these guys, but kept it a little heavier back in here. And you can start to see the depth it starts to give you, even in a feather from one side to the next. Just by putting in a little coolerness behind here, these guys pop out farther. All of a sudden, it fills out that the swan a lot better. Also, these guys I was able to push back a lot more, so they're pretty much non-existent. So we really just focus on the swan there. So that was fun. That was fun. Nice white thing. That's the thing about things that are heavy and white, like today's horse we're going to be painting. Glazes work great on white. It's like a blank canvas almost. So any light colors like this guy, you will be able to add color to it. Very soft and rich, colors to it, like the old masters did, just by mixing in a lot of, like when I have some Gelkid here. Not much left in that bottle. A lot of Gelkid, just a little bit of color. It's just like a slight tone you put over these whites, and you can still wipe them out. I think I do this a lot in our finishing class. I do every fall, trying to finish off a bunch of paintings and showing people sometimes just a simple glaze will finish a painting off faster and easier than remixing a bunch of colors. Sometimes you get away with. I like to try to get away with that because I don't want to mess up the strokes that I've already put in there, because especially if they're right. So sometimes a glaze, you can stay with the same stroke and just tone that color, bring a color out, or change a color. And it works out really good. But today, we are not painting a swan. We will be painting a racehorse, basically. This is a racehorse. This is from a place called Keeneland in Lexington. Lexington. It's a Keeneland. It's a horse track, and they keep all the horses there on the back of the stables, and they, run them out there every morning for warm ups, and then they bring them back and wash them down. These guys are treated like kings. These horses are, and I was there last year. Going back there in a couple weeks, right after this. Well, next week I'm going back. They're going back there next week, right after this class. I gotta, jump in the car and in the morning drive there. But this is in Lexington, and this shot was by a friend of ours there, Marsha. I'm not sure if she's here today, but she lives down there, and she takes a lot of horse shots and she has a horse and things like that. So she's always around these places. So let me pull this up. You guys have any questions so far? How's your summers going? That's a good question. Okay. All right, I'll shut up. I'll just do my thing and you guys, we want to talk. Okay, fine.
It's stinking hot here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's stinking
Okay.
hot in Florida.
Is it stinking hot?
Stinking hot,
Oh,
99 degrees.
I thought you had places all over the world. You'd be going back probably to Toronto for the summer.
Well, I'd like to go to a farm in Wisconsin, but
Yeah.
that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
You
Because I
you got a
hear
farm in Wisconsin?
I know used to have that cottage, but
Oh God.
oh, hang
Where's
on.
Taylor? Where's Taylor when you need him? Isn't he up there still?
He's in Raleigh. He works for the Carolina Hurricanes now. Let me go get the dog because she's being really loud and obnoxious. Hang on.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, here we go then. We'll just get going here. Big white horse. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lots of white. Lots of white. But we're going to embrace that white. And I'm going to show you a few colors I find that just bring out when you stare at white so long, you'll start to see a bunch of colors start to pop out. I always see a red. I always see blues. I see yellows, uh, coming through on this guy. And then we'll be using those to basically make the highlights, because otherwise it's going to be one big bright horse, right? Okay. So, with that being said, it's a very, very complicated, you know, uh, really design and stuff. I mean, we got shadows going through here. Let me see. You got these strong shadows going through this thing, but they're really nice. They're really nice shadows. I mean, they really add a lot to the thing. I make it feel very complicated, right? It is complicated, but we're going to try and paint it uncomplicated. Shadows are going to go in at the end on this one. So if you took those guys out and just painted, you know, this background, don't worry about too much about the water. Don't worry about the water. We'll paint the background. Dark to light, got that light back there. You paint the background. We're going to get that in there. Paint the darks here. I'm not worried about this stuff back in here. I think you guys can handle that on your own. Basically, you know, that kind of stuff is nothing about too crazy to worry about. I think you guys can all do that. But this craziness of the ground is, as you can see, as I just keep going around, we got hoses in here, and we got people in here, and we got another person over here, and he's washing a hoof. We got a horse's hoofs in here, and then you put in the shadows, and yeah, you got chaos going on there, but you got the big horse here. You got a big design of a horse that just settles everything down. You can, and this is a beautiful one for like an impressionistic paint, because don't have to worry about edges. You don't think about too much about crazy things like things. You're just pushing in color. You're looking at you're looking for these little big blues, these little purples showing up on this guy. You know, Even in the blues and in the shadows as they come down and they darken in a little bit. Blue jeans, and then you got different reds. It's really quite nice. And then you got all these oranges in the gravel that's going in here. But the toughest thing is, of course, is the water itself coming off the horse at the end here. That'll be always going to be a little bit of a problem, to do. But I'm going to show you probably my easiest way to do it was with a knife. Just slap it in there. You get one shot at it. You put it in there, and you go. You don't worry about it. You just go. I'm going to make this. I'm going to make this mark here. I'll put the knife down. Make this mark, and I'm going to take the knife edge, and I'm going to draw it around and draw this rest of this stuff. That's all you do. And then this stuff back here, you just, well, you figure it out. Hopefully, it shows up on its own. You don't have to do much, but you know, that's just a that's just a bristle brush pushing back and forth and stuff. That's no big deal. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm always just looking at this thing going, what's the techniques? What technique would work for this area? What would do best here? So I'm thinking a lot of bristle brush on the background. A lot of bristle brush. Maybe you have to bring in a synthetic here and there for some nice edges around some legs or feet. The hose is a kind of pain in the butt. But it's the red. It's red, and it draws your feet, draws your attention to this horse, and it goes in behind the horse too, which is nice. And then you got this red over here by this guy, by the back leg, by the guy washing too. So you got some red that's spread around this painting, and it's gonna just kind of move your eye around kind of nicely. So, red's a good thing to have in paintings. Find a little dot of red back here, and you'll be set. You connect the dots. Yeah. Okay, horses. That was color. That's the first thing that always hits me. Just a big thing of how this color is really going to stand up. Design wise, yeah, like I was saying, I really like the shadows. I like how they kind of pull you in there and they push things around. The horse itself. Okay, we've drawn a few horses now, but most of them have been draft horses. This is a thoroughbred. And you're going to find that thoroughbreds have long, skinny legs, not the draft horse legs. This is pretty much where the draft horse legs would be from his belly would be equal from his belly down to his feet. Bottom of his feet would be pretty much equal space. But with these guys, they get like an extra half head length on them for their feet stuff. Then they're also thin and designy, and it's a beautiful horses and very pampered. So, and they are just pretty amazing to watch run. I was there last year and got up real early and went and saw them working on the track and taking a lot of pictures. Mine didn't come out as good as this one. This one was really one of those something that Marcia had that really shined, and so that's why I wanted to use it. Just do it. I've had it in my queue to paint for a long time, and so that's what I'm going to be doing this summer is getting rid of the stuff in my queue for you guys, and so you guys are going to get some really good paintings to do. They might be a little harder than normal to do, but they'll be very rewarding. Money wise, you'll be able to sell them easily. These are easy sales. Anything I do a horse, it's usually a sale. So I would say, you guys should be right there with me. Right, Lynette? Lynette should be there.
I'm here. I think one of my courses was hacked, so I don't know how long I'll be here, but I want to try this one.
Okay. All right. No worry. Great. Thanks. I was just checking to see if you were even here, Lynette. You weren't here when I started. So
I know.
I just took a wild guess that you would be. So, anybody else want questions?
It's beautiful.
Okay.
It's going to be hard because I tried drawing it out. I just had a hard time even drawing it out.
Sometimes, we get lost in the drawings and stuff and just go 1/3, do 1/3, 2/3. This is good. Basically beautiful. It stops at 1/3, 2/3 up there. Don't paint don't worry. I'm not going to worry about the horse. I'm going to draw them in, but I'm not going to worry about them. I'm just going to, paint this stuff in And then I'm going to come back and put in the guys, go dark to the guys. I'm not going to worry too much about them. And color wise, I'm going to limit what we're going to do on them guys, those guys too. They don't need that much. They're really kind of like, just a little navy blue and just a little bit lighter for the back for the shadow here. That's about it. And there's not a whole lot here. This photo was a little bit tougher too before I went in and took out the other horse that was right back here. There's another horse and some other feet in here. I photoshopped them out for you guys because I figured let's just concentrate on one horse. So you're welcome.
Thank you, thank you. But the arm that's coming out of his mouth, it looks funny.
Yeah.
Oh, he's eating an arm. So what?
Yeah.
They feed him very well there. They can have whatever diet they want. You're right. That is a bad tangent. Congrats. Way to go. There you go. See, you pay attention long enough, you see stuff like that and you go, oh, that's bad. Okay. Easy thing. Just slide it over a little bit, one way or back or forth, you can move that arm. You don't even have to put the arm in there. You could, if you slide it back to the right side towards the hose, I think you'll probably be fine. Just get it out of that just coming out of his mouth. You're right. So let's make it worse. Sometimes that, or bring in a sleeve. You can bring a sleeve down and bring it down there, and just that might work too. That might be a better solution. Just put a couple sleeves, rolled up sleeves on the guy.
Is that a bottle of Dawn dish soap he's holding in his other hand?
Is that what that is?
Looks like product placement.
I do get paid by that. Thank you very much.
There you go.
So, oh no, I know. Yeah, well,
I'd rather take the people out altogether. Is that permissible?
Yes, do what you want.
Okay.
This is your choice. Your choice. You can do whatever you want.
No people.
Take the people out. How about this guy back here washing the feet, though?
Yeah. Maybe
no people.
Maybe I'll leave her in. I think it's a her.
Okay, if it's a her, you can leave her in. I know you. That's it. Fine. Yeah, you don't have to put them in. I'm going to throw them in. Hopefully, I'm going to try and put them in like a couple with minimum strokes. Basically, one stroke for the pants, one or two strokes for the highlights of the pants, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to spend. I don't want to get lost there. I want them to be part of the background for myself too. I just want to be soft and they're there, but they're not taking over. The horse will take over. That bright white. That's the thing. That's the biggest, can be the toughest thing, is toning that white down. Because you look at that white, it's all the way up here at pretty close to zero. It's zero because it's a photograph. If it was us, we were there, probably be more like 1.5 value. We'd see some color in that you'd see a lot of probably yellow bouncing off that hide. In pinks and stuff. So we're going to be using those colors, pinks and yellows and blues, together to give this, white blank horse some really good volume and stuff. So, all right, good enough. All right, let's get going over the tough stuff. Let's mix some colors. Here I go, replace spotlight. Yeah, I remember how to do all this stuff. Oh, I got to get rid of this. Yeah, I kind of remember. It's only been off. I've been off 2 weeks with you guys, and I didn't see hardly any paintings from you guys. So I figure you guys just were tired of me. Anyway,
you did plein air.
Yeah, you're right. You did go to plein air. You did. There were a lot of people went to plein air with me. That's true.
You want us to post paintings that we do with that you don't teach? I can
You
do
can
that.
paint, you could put them in anytime.
Oh, okay.
I'll critique them.
All right.
I'm not saying I'm going to be nice, but I'll
No.
critique them. No, I don't. All right. Okay, so white. I have white out. It's titanium white, Melba white, whatever white you have. Be happy with. This is cad yellow. Just got a little bit of dirt in it. I want to. Sometimes when you're going to get these high key colors like this, even any little dirt in your cup paints will, you know, kind of show up, especially when you're that close to white. Cad yellow light, cad red light. You guys don't have this color. This color is just cad yellow deep, cadmium yellow deep. I just put it out here for a different painting I was working on today. This is cad orange. This is ochre. This is red ochre. And this is oxide red light. Alizarin crimson here, or rose madder deep. Cobalt blue hue. Phthalo green. I have burnt sienna out. And I also have some cad red light medium out. That's from another painting too. But I also have some King's Blue you might want. I think that King's Blue might come in really handy for white things. Like that bottle. That's that bottle we were talking about, how much everybody wants to, get that product placement in there. That King's Blue might be a really good one for it. It might be good for all those. It might be a good start for a lot of these whites here. Just by adding a little pink to it, or alizarin to it, I think we can get pretty much that guy's shirt. Shouldn't be hard. I also have some oxide red, transparent oxide red out. I couldn't find my transparent oxide red in my bag, so I grabbed burnt sienna. I don't know. They're about the same. They're really close. I think the oxide red, even if it looks like it's red, it's more orange than burnt sienna. Some bristle brushes, synthetics, flies, and big brushes and erasers. Need them all today. Gonna keep busy. I'm not painting big today though either. I'm gonna paint small. I'm painting just a 12 by 16. Not because I don't think it's worthy of painting big, but some paintings you look at it and you go, I'll get more and more, I'll get it to look more like the way I want it to look if it's the smaller size. I think because if I paint it big, I'm going to start noodling out a lot of stuff. When I paint small, you can't noodle out. I mean, especially with my brushes, I'm not going to be able to noodle things out. I'm going to have to force myself to make a better stroke. And that's what that's why I'm going to go small, because I think I can do a better job on this. It's going to be a great painting. I'm going to be really happy with it. I know, I love it already. Goodbye. Okay, color wise. Let's get these darks. We got some gray pants, some dark blues. You got some dark reds. You got some other gray matter back in here. So, okay. So we're going to start off with some phthalo green. Let's start with phthalo green and transparent oxide. Boy. Okay, I don't need that much phthalo green. Transparent oxide is not very strong. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. So I have one on the oxide red, transparent oxide red side, one on the green side. Now I'm going to go on the red side. Now I'm going to go oxide red, regular oxide red, light, and phthalo green. And then I'm going to do one on the green side. Of course, I didn't put out very much phthalo green because I wasn't going to use phthalo green too much in this one. Looks like I'm going to be using a lot more than I thought, just because I'm that goofy. But these colors here, both these colors here, when we take them all the way down to close to twos, ones and twos, you're going to get a lot of these horse colors out of it, especially on the green side. Okay. I'm going to go over to blue now. I'm going to try to keep this pretty simple today too, because we got a lot to paint. And, you know, so I'm going to go oxide red and blue. And of course, I want to get more, just a little bit more blue in this. I think I can get all the pants and stuff like that out of here too. So if I can get some more blue into this, really make it blue. Yeah, I think it'll come down and I'll be able to do a lot of this stuff back in here. So I'm going to blue this guy up too a little bit. It's just a little too red. But, you know, couldn't work for that. Maybe this guy knows what he's doing. I don't know. All right, we need a couple more blues. I need a couple other colors.
Okay, so I'm sorry, but the last two was oxide red and blue. What were the two before that? Green and something?
Green and oxide red, light.
And then it was maybe green and alizarin and crimson?
No, I didn't use. Oh, I didn't use that one yet, did I?
No. Weird.
Wow, wait a second. Jesus, what the heck's going on here? Okay. One more turn. I'll get to it. Yeah. This is these two are both built. This is phthalo green and oxide red light. This is blue and oxide red light. This is phthalo green and transparent oxide red. Oh man, I like that. I'm going to do that. Thank you. I'm going to go blue first though, since I have blue out. Blue and alizarin crimson. Good idea. Love that. Nice move. Nice colors. We're almost done. We're going to take these colors down and you'll be surprised. We're going to be so close to what we need. Oh yeah, phthalo green and cad red. I know this just makes a beautiful gray, and yeah, okay.
You mean the lizard?
Even if I'll figure out a place for it, I guess. All right. That'll make some nice grays, nice greens, a little bit too much green yet, but I am out of phthalo green, so you guys are lucky. We're out of phthalo green. So this painting is pretty much done then. It has to be done. All right. I'm going to look. Yeah, let's take all these colors down.
And that color is
This one?
The first two.
These two are transparent oxide and phthalo green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these two
are oxide red light in green. What we're going to get out of these colors here pretty much are going to be all the ground colors. Everything should find its way to being done really quickly here. Value wise, I look at that value and it's not bad. It's around a 7. You know, we got a really bright horse. You know, I would say go 7. The legs on the guys and stuff, we're gonna keep those pretty dark, probably around 9s and 8s. The blues themselves too, in the back thing. So, but the basic tone of this water down here, I'm going for that. And that's why I'm going to go add 7. So I'm going to add a little bit of white to each one of these. Let me see how much I have to add. That's too much. No, that's about right. Just really on the green side. I'm going to add just a little bit of color to it. A little more color. Now this one will probably look just like it when I'm done. No, like I said, this is oxide red medium.
Right.
Don't see it in here at all, do we? No.
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's okay. Might not see it here. You'll see it someplace else. Okay, let's see what this red does. Transparent. This is regular oxide red and phthalo green. That's nails the shit. That's
Yeah.
what it, that does what I was thinking it was going to do.
Wow.
The red. That's not even the red side. I think that is the red side. But so these two will play so well together: the green version and the red version of oxide red light and phthalo green.
Hmm.
They will take care of pretty much all this water here. All that part. We're gonna have to get. I'll have to make up an orange.
Yeah.
For the regular, brighter sunshine gravel. But that's no problem. Yep, that's what I was looking for. These colors here. Just look at them all. Get these colors exactly the same value, and you'll be able to take and really go from here and get all the way back and create some nice space. Now we got the blues.
Mm.
Now these guys will become the water back in here laying over his thing. And then we got some purples. I really kept this on the red side. Not exactly sure why as much as I did. Probably don't need it that much. But when you put it the right value, I mean, it can go a lot of places. That's the beauty of this system. All these cool colors, and these aren't even the ones that are going to win. This phthalo green and alizarin are going to be the winners colors for this thing. When I get these guys done, because they're the perfect grays, warm grays and cool grays. This one, see, ran out of phthalo green. I'm too lazy to reach down and grab it out of my bag. I'm just going to scrape it off here and use every little bit because I don't need much. And it just gets to turn it a little bit. Probably a little bit more than that. Oh, doggone it. Did I put it? Wait. Did I? Oh, I did I? No. All right, doggone it. Didn't want to have to dig in here for phthalo green.
My
Don't
colors
put
are
your
not looking
colors
like
in a
yours.
red bag either, because you can't tell what color anything is.
I'm impressed that you get that close with the phthalo green. I mean, I would
Yeah, I
run.
get phthalo green. You think it would just show up? Got buried down here. I just use it off my fingers. Sorry. I'll give you guys an extra 5 minutes of class for that. There you go. So I'm just going to steal a little bit more phthalo green in here. I really just know this color will turn this color, certain color will be perfect back in here too. All right. These guys are all going to be lightened up one more time just because of the water and for the horse. Because you can see phthalo green and alizarin. Yeah, look at that on that horse. It's all over that horse. Boy, I'm glad I put this one out. All right, the warm stuff. We got our darks, we got our medium, a lot of meat. We need these oranges. So, cat orange. I'm gonna go cat orange and a little bit of phthalo green, not much, and maybe just a little bit of blue too. Just a scratch of blue in here to turn this thing. No, not getting there. Just a little bit, maybe more blue than green, just to be different. Gonna make a green anyway. Let's see how that works. Needs more red. I'll put oxide red into it. So, which is probably where I could have started anyway. I pretty much would have gotten it right off the bat if I would have used oxide red. So this is cat orange, oxide red, just a hair of phthalo green, just a little bit of blue in it to gray it down. I'm going to make one version of it a little bit darker. I'll take a piece of this. I don't need a whole lot. I'm going to put alizarin into it. I want just a deeper orange that I can get in here. So it's probably just a little bit more. I'm going to cheat it a little bit. There we go. Yeah. So I can use that. I'll use this at the bottom of the painting, bring it up, and then put this stuff, work the lighter version deeper into the painting. Usually the hot, warmer stuff is supposed to come forward and the dark stuff supposed to recede, but we're talking about, contrast here. So when you put white against each one of these, all of a sudden the dark one with white against it will come forward just because of the contrast. All right. So that takes care of the tough things. Okay, little things like, okay, we do need a couple tree colors. I'm gonna go blue and yellow. Maybe put a little cat orange into it. Or that tree back there. Maybe more cat orange to a piece of it, just for a light side, dark side of the tree. That's all I'm going to do for that tree, and not too much. I may add just a touch of white too. It looks like might get a little too rich, too dark. Yeah, that's not too dark. That's just too light. I'm sorry. Mix that up again. Added white to it and just overpowered the dark I had. Yeah, should have been more blue. Anyway. All right. So there's your painting. There's all your colors. You just all we gotta do is lighten up a few things. Make a sky color, and all the lights. And all the midtones got some bright colors. Reds, okay, like the hoses. I'm just gonna go with. Usually just for a nice medium red, I'll just go cad red light and alizarin together to catch a regular hose color, and then just take a piece of it and make white to it, and that will be your light on your hose. Maybe a little orange in that. Into that hose, so it's a little more of a coral color than too pinky. So just add a little orange to it. So that's your hose. The shirts and stuff, that's all going to come out of this stuff. Okay. So all you have to do now is take these colors Even the horse is going to come out of these next colors. I'm just going to take a little piece of each one of these guys. Just see what happens when we take them up to like number one, close to number one. So these, even the amounts of paint I'm putting out here now is probably way too much. But I should be able to get all the highlight colors. I think a lot of the pants colors and stuff are all in here already. But I think we're going to get a lot of nice, all the horse colors out of here. There was a lot of cools. So you're going to have to need some yellows, some reds to balance it off, all these cools. Okay. I'm going to leave this over here, mix. Got a lot of colors mixing up in this white right here. So I'm just pushing them together. I'm just going to push them together right here and just leave that here. You know, even with a clean knife, you're always leaving a little residue. So I'm going to just go into each one of these guys and take it up to, you know, probably a 2. And that'll be enough. That'll be enough colors to do the whole thing. Well, probably more greens here than I'll ever need. But we'll get some good things out of it. Now you're getting some of these off greens here. Going to work out really well. We're going to have a pink horse. This is a horse of a whole different color, right? We're done. So I got a couple more spaces down there. Get some more grays, high key grays. That's a good one. I'm not sure which one that is. More of a purple, so it's probably over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is this purple. Oh, that was blue and oxide red. That's the blue version. Did not make up a sky, but I feel like I said, phthalo green, blue, white. We'll do it. That's going to come in really handy. Trying not to go too white is probably, I think, the key to this thing. If you go too white in your midtones here for this high key horse, you're probably just going to flatten everything out. So it's almost better to have these guys, you know, threes, maybe 4s. And then really, I know I just said take them to 2s, but you guys listen to me. It's your problem. You shouldn't listen. Okay. And you start to get into some of these other purples and stuff. So you got a lot of grays, colors. You got a lot of cools. Even this one, I'm not going to take too dark. I use this color's all over them in here. It's phthalo green and alizarin on the phthalo green side. It's all over this paint, this guy. There's really no need to go any farther. And then this should start to get to your warms. Anything down in here, these ones we made here have a little more yellow in them, a little more red. This is probably going to start to get into the tail. Definitely these colors here can be in the tail too. Now this guy, whoa, a nice dog hair in my painting. I'm making up way too much my piles are big for a small little painting. I don't know why. I did that. But this color, you can see it's going to can fit all over in this painting. That's a great. Might be just a little too clean of color. So make sure you, when we paint, have some dirty color underneath it, and then wait. That thing looks so nice. Okay. This is not even close to anything we need. Got the horse's tail. All right. Now for the whites in the horse. These guys are going to start off a little different. I'm just going to put out white first. And this horse, like I said, is a pink horse. So if you take a little bit of that hose color and you put it in one of these piles. Just a little bit of it. That's almost too much, probably. You'd be surprised. This color
Jim,
just, yes?
yeah, did you just decide this was going to be a pink horse, or am I not seeing the pink horse? I'm asking because I'm not really seeing a pink horse.
How can you not see a pink horse?
Oh,
It's not high. I got too much color in here.
okay.
But here,
Well, I can understand the pink because of all the red around it.
Yeah.
You know. Okay. Does that make
no,
sense?
no. I see a pink horse because I know this color here.
Uh-huh.
It's on the red side.
Oh, okay.
That's all it is. I just know it's on the red side.
I'm glad you do.
Yeah. Because
Trusting
you can
you.
almost find it right here. I think this is, no, that's a little warm. Let me see. I never asked you guys to pick up cad red medium. So that's why I'm not using it usually in the hair instead of using a mix. But a cad red medium can get into that color. It doesn't look, it's a little, it needs to go whiter.
Right.
That's all it does. And it'll be there.
Okay.
Same with these guys. So I want to do one yellow. So just a scraping of yellow into my white. That's almost too much yellow. Let's see. Too much. And the last one, just some blue. I'm just going to use King's blue because oh, that was a bad move. Use King's blue because I touched the oxide red. That's going to have to stay there. Let me grab some more paint out. I need blue. I got, I'm really close to having it. But when these get these high key things, sometimes just you got to have the right thing. And I was even like I said, on this pink over here, it's really just white, just a hair, just a hair over this. Well,
Yeah,
it looks better on my monitor. It looks better on my monitor. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I tell you, I wanted to do it because of the high key white, because I really have trouble with this. So this is great.
Yeah, it's going to be. What we're going to use is colors, color spectrum to help define out this horse's butt. The hottest, biggest, things that are come closest to us, the round parts or flat parts, the things that are closest to the light and closest to us, probably right about in here on this back haunches here, maybe on the thing here. We'll work it into his face too, maybe on this back here. Yeah, they're going to have more yellow in them, but they're going to be going over a pink underneath it. And then they're going to be blue going into that. And that's going to create a color effect that simulates white, but has so much more power and gives you depth in white. I wasn't supposed to do this one like that. Oh my God, just give it away. Anything else that you want to do, if you take any of these other colors, you want to take them up that really high key too. You might find another color in there that you can use. All right, I'm going to go through the colors real quick. Phthalo green and transparent oxide up here in the front with white. Probably about a 7. Phthalo green and regular oxide here. Sorry, I ran out of it. With white, pretty close matches, pretty good average colors together because you can barely tell that they're really making a gray, which is really good. That's not really too heavy on the green side, not too heavy on the red side. We did the same thing here with blue and oxide red light. Came up with those colors. This is on the blue side, reds. Alizarin crimson and blue. Didn't get really too heavy into the blue on the one side there. Phthalo green and alizarin. And then we added white. This color is going to killer color in the painting. All right, down here, we went with, that'd be a good one to know. I think I went with ochre. No, this is cad orange. Oxide red light and a little phthalo green, a little blue. Same here. This one is just on the red side. We added alizarin to it. Over here, phthalo green. No, there's blue and cad orange. And then this one here was just a little bit more cad orange to it. This would be just for the tree color back there. Hose color is just alizarin and cad red light. Just a little bit of cad orange and white to it. When we took all these colors here and here and took them and put them down here and just blasted them with white, the high key. I'm not even sure I went high enough yet, but I want to start medium and then I can always add white. All right, toning my canvas. I'm going to tone it with some oxide, just oxide, transparent oxide. So there you go. Then we got our pinks, some high key pinks. Safflower oil, good clean. When you do the horse, you might think about changing your oil, because the horse will be at the end. And I'll be, sometimes even the color of your oil will make a difference in what's happening. All right, bring this in. I'll try to get you guys in a little closer, but usually this is about as close as I can get without bumping it with my feet too much. All right, I'll put this up. Hopefully I can point to it here and there and you guys can see it. All right. Set. Just a quick coat. Like I said, I'm working pretty small too, so hopefully you guys will be able to see everything. definitely this color in the bottom stones and stuff, the bottom of your painting, if you want to put it a little heavier down in here and work it up. Nothing wrong with that. That's half your painting right there. We're blocked in just like that. Yeah, drawing it out probably is going to take a little bit of time. Painting it will take some time. But okay, I'm going to rub it in. I think the placement of the horse will probably be the toughest thing to do. Okay. No, I am working pretty much, you know, in pro with this thing, so it should be pretty easy. You know, close to the butt, 1 inch away for me. It's going to be about 1 inch from the side there, or it's not even 1 inch. Probably more, about 3/4 of an inch, half inch over here. I just want to give them enough, maybe just a touch, push them in a little bit more. It's going to go up to there. A little round hot dog kind of, or bratwurst maybe. You know, shape here. We got the back end, so it's going to be just a little bit off. Good tail placement for us. That's good. Looking where things come off. You know, his neck is just a little short here. Right? That neck comes more like this. Not too so high. Almost the connection of neck to the back is almost the same as spot as the connection of the hip here, the underneath here, the hip to the body there. Boy. I'm not going to, like I said, dig into the horse too much at this point. I didn't talk about anything really about the horse's eyes or anything like that, about, you know, cheekbones, muzzle. Hopefully, kind of stuff. I'll talk about it more when we get to those places, I think. Yeah, bring this, make sure that that comes in. Legs come in. Give me enough room to get these other guys in here. Okay. That those legs right. So this is gonna go in. There's the guy's leg here, coming down to his shoe. That's his back here leading in here. I probably got a little fat. Yeah. Went in between. This is hard when I'm working at this angle. But whatever I don't fix right, I'll fix it. I'll fix it in the end for sure. I really like this one, so I'll make sure it's gonna turn out. I think I had like a Puma or something like that. I was in the PDF for you guys, and I decided to change my mind after seeing it again for second time. Like, I don't want to do that. Mine just, this is a little tough one. This is the perspective is going to be a little tough on this guy because this comes up almost to his eyes. Back haunch is almost level with the eyeball. So everything's probably going to be a little rounder coming around the perspective, making the perspective on this guy. That's why he looks so weird. Squished in there. Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. Anyway, let's get some of this, go through our colors, put these things in here. Well, 1 point perspective going on. Here too. I'll look at this and I'll know I'll be way off. Okay. Okay, first color. I'm going to switch it up because probably should have phthalo green and alizarin up here. Phthalo green and alizarin on the alizarin side in this back right here behind its back area. I'm going to put it in light because it's going to be, well, I said light, and it's pretty dark. And then the phthalo green next to it on the side wall here. More phthalo green than alizarin. That wall, that'll help out. There's a horse over here too. black horse that has phthalo green in it. Got that phthalo green still underneath his neck. There's this guy's shirt. I'm going to use that to clean up some of that bad drawing. That's okay. This color is going to get in here a lot of stuff. So see that guy's could be a girl's leg too. Probably legs a little thinner here. Could be definitely. Nice boot. Blue jeans on. Okay. Then go to the back to the other side. I'm going to put in this guy's pants too. Not going to worry about his arm. I'll put him in a little bit. Other guy put in a little more purple. I'm going to put him in a little more greener because I will, and then it should work out. Knees right there. He has to end right about here though. So that's how I do people. I mean, really, just basically break them down a little bit and, bring them out, trying to get them in the right spots. Move them back too, or move them forward. That's the thing. Another way to, keep us from having a cannibalistic horse on our hands. I'm going to go over here next color, going to blue and alizarin. I'm just going to put in this guy's pants with that color. Just put them in dark. I'm not, just put them in. We got enough to paint. Don't worry about that. Okay. All right. I get to some of the warmer back here to some of the phthalo greens and warmer colors here. Let's go with, we'll go back to transparent oxide and phthalo green. Boy. No. You might put it back here for a tree. You want to put it in for a tree. But no, it didn't go there. I'll start it there. Okay. Go to the other side of it, where it's the oxide red, transparent oxide red side of it. Yeah, it fits a lot better in here. I'm just going to make a smush of space here. Not going to worry about his legs too much. But I want to get some of this color underneath here. It has a nice warm tone to it. It'll help get that gravel swoosh here. This is a little red compared to what's on my monitor. So all right. And these are again like pretty much full strength. So, but full strength, but pretty thinned out. Not too crazy. So I'm using that again. This is oxide red and blue and phthalo green. It's it's a nice, comes a nice gray when we get down there to the farther ends of these things. Nice warm, kind of warm gray here. And let's start using it in here a little bit right now. Want to get some richness in here before I come in here with the next colors. And richness, and then also tone down some things. All right. I'm going to go and we're going to, next part, we're going to paint underneath the horse some more. Now we're going to go with the midtones. And I'm trying to get these kind of phthalo green and mid oxide red together. This is on the green side.
You're trying to put that where the shadow is gonna go.
Yeah,
Or-
I'm putting it in where the shadow is right now, just because.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just started putting it in and just kind of. I know I mentioned I was going to put it in later. Make it easy. But it just kind of like went in right there. So yeah, because well, it's going to be mushed up back in here. Back in here underneath his belly, coming out.
I'm confused because I was thinking the shadow was gonna be a darker color than that gray.
Darker than that? Oh, it might go a little bit darker. Yeah, I
Okay.
know. But that's a good placement for it. So it's like, okay.
All right.
Sometimes you know, you got a great line, you go, oh, I see the line and it's not the right color, but it's just gonna go slightly darker and things like that. So it's not like a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of messed up a little bit of the drawing here, so even this stuff here back in here gets a little tan. Start to bring in some of these gray tones into this wall back in here. I'll just lighten it up a little bit and drop it into the where it needs to go. But I saw that the dark in there. I want to make sure I got that dark in underneath there. We'll see how that goes. All right. Yeah, you're right about that. Here's that blue. This is blue, blue and alizarin with white. And I'm gonna put that in this underneath into that gray I had in here. I'm gonna be putting in a few probably right under his belly. Blue. And then it'll come through in, over here. Over here, but just this color probably is nothing more than becomes shadows, shadow color. And everything that's working dark to light, everything's going to be getting lighter and lighter. So figure just put this in. Now, this is probably her pants colors. Again, if you put it in from this way, push that way, that's pretty much it. Then you got some blue jeans over here. And they can go in a little bit and, just start. I'm going to color correct them a lot. Now, you can just going to start putting a little bit into the horse too. This is the phthalo greens thing I was talking about. That's a little bit strong, but that's okay. Green on one side, probably purple on the other. On one side of the tail, green will come forward, purple will recede. So one side gets more greenish than the other side. And that way, that'll come forward a little bit better. These guys are really grayed out. More green up here a little bit. Great thing about horses, though, he's painting them and stuff, or drawing them and stuff. You can really see the muscles pretty much, where they connect and everything too. So. And I'm going to wash, since I have this color on here. Yeah. Get into his neck, into his, coming down here a little bit, into his mane, coming into that muscle right underneath it. This will also go into his jaw a little bit. This is the purple side of it. I'm going to go with the purple side for his mouth. It could be a girl too. I'm not looking, can't tell. No. A little purple, a little green on top, maybe. And these are really strong. These are values right here are pretty dark, but what they're going to do also is hold the painting down a little bit for me while I, catch up on other areas. This goes almost, look at that line almost from his neck, just barely turns. This line right here going down into his bridle. I'm just going to get that a little bit there and into the neck a little bit. Probably just a little short of that neck. Necks are so thick. And also, I'm just going to use this phthalo green. I'm going to just say that's it. This shadows on this guy is going to be phthalo green pretty much, and a bunch of highlights. His back leg might not show so well, so I'm going to lighten this color up just a hair. I mean, the same front leg, but it's back front leg. I'm just trying to find all the places I can use this color. Like I said, I'm going to go down. I'm going to jump down right away and jump a little bit of lighter color of phthalo green and alizarin mix with white, just to get some of this midtones here going on this horse. Got some of these warmer grayed out colors too. And I can start to see where I'm off drawing wise.
Jim, what pile are you pulling from?
Right now, I am pulling from, this is oxide red and blue with a ton of white. It's down here at the very bottom. Basically, it's mid, it's really a high, anywhere else, you know, here it's be a highlight color, but for this guy, it's a mid-tone. And probably needs to be a little gray, more grayed out. Let me see. Put a little green in here too. Phthalo really green starts to show up on this thing heavily. There you go. Oh, that worked out. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to try and get this to you guys to a spot here where I can really start to show you those changes in colors, the highlights and stuff. So a lot of that is right in here. This stuff down in here probably won't take too long, but a lot of the stuff's gonna kind of go together a little bit. Let me see about. I don't think I got these guys quite light enough. My midtones in here, these guys just didn't get quite light enough. So it wasn't 7, it's probably more, might have been, you know, these guys in here probably closer to 5s and 6s. So I might have to go back and just add a little bit of white to each one of these guys. Do one more tone vary to them. Yeah, you can see it there. Then you're going to find out that color I made down here was probably right. Yeah, these greens are really standing out as green. That might come in handy. Okay. All right. Yeah, I want to start getting, I think I'm going to, you know, got some of the stuff going on in the horse now. I didn't mix up that guy's shirt, but I don't think I need to. I can get it with a purple. Get that one. Okay, good enough. I think I'm gonna go to a bristle brush. Clean it out, get some of the green out of it. Add some other things. Yeah, I just lighten up all my mid-tone grays to probably more of a 5. Let's see what happens here. This is supposed to be going between some of these fence lights here and stuff. You know, this color is supposed to be closer to this. And I put them in with a bristle brush. They'll go in a lot nicer. Color I'm using there, that was oxide, transparent oxide, and phthalo green on the red side. That's a little light. Weird. Okay. That feels a little light. Weird. Going back to the warm side, that was cool. I tried that was blue and alizarin, or blue and oxide red light, and I went kind of really light. Warms and cools, when you get down to it, is about it. Almost all you have when you get values are so close together. So this is oxide red and phthalo green, heavier on the oxide red side now. Person down there a little bit more, thinned out. Okay. Anything else? I said this is another reason why I wanted to paint small, is I can create a lot of this information. Just seems to look better at this in a more free flowing brush stroke style. That's what I'm thinking. All right, now I'm going to go right to the browns. These are for their right by their feet over here, behind it, just to start getting the space right. And see how I'm putting it in. I'm going to come down here. Now I'm going to get to the red side. I get down to about in here. I'm going to switch over and get to the red side. Now I'll bring that back in. Looks just a touch too red. So whatever. What doesn't feels warm back in here against all that cool blues and stuff back in here. Now I'll probably start to lose some of those lines I put in too early. And when I get into this kind of stuff, putting that red back over these grays, and here I'm putting in, definitely want to leave a lot of stroke. Don't want to do too much mixing. Want to leave a lot of, good marks. Now I'm going to rub some green in here. Now I got some of that red, orange, green in here. I mean, I put some real green in here. This is oxide red, transparent oxide red and green, like oxide red side. Just still feels very green, but it's a little lighter and a little bit more warmth. I want it that really shows up in a lot of these reflective colors. Okay. So I'm going to work this once more. I'm going to go over here to, this is alizarin phthalo green with on the alizarin side with white. It's a little cooler. Purple. I'll put that in his front, right by his. Work it into the water here in the front here. Just gray it out a little bit. Grays out that purple a little bit, but brings a little coolness into the greens and stuff too. Right. I'll look for a few more spots I can use that. Make sure you get, put a lot of it in between his legs and stuff like that. To, nice neutral kind of color to kind of can do a little bit of everything. Gonna have to go down one more step, it looks like. Good. Yeah, that's gonna have to go a lot lighter. And richer.
Are you switching brushes with those whites?
No,
The other,
I've been using a bristle brush right now.
okay.
Trying to do trying to get them to blend together, and then I'll be able to,
Okay.
when you do the foam
Yeah.
and things like that, using the synthetic, it'll feel it'll make this feel more blendy and loose. And that's what I'm shooting for right now. Mixed up just a little more cat orange and into this color here too. So I'm just not getting the lightness I needed for a few spots here. Wasting too much time there. Okay. I have to bristle out. Just get scrumbled in this greens here too. I'm gonna go back to the blue. I'm gonna go to a different brush. Well, I'm gonna stay with the synthetic, but I think I'm gonna go with a different one though. What I'm using now is oxide red and phthalo green, full strength, and just putting it in into the shadow now. Now I'm doing the shadow real quick. And just letting the color that I have in there, you know, be there. I'm just going to work the colors, just work them a little bit more. Going to keep them warmer at the bottom and bluer in the back. Go back in here to be, you'll be able to see a little more blue because it's going to be mixing in with colors. A little bit picking up the white. It's already in here. definitely want to put a nice warm right by their feet, right where their feet connect with the surface. Definitely want a line of warmth or dark warm. So it's going to have some red in it. And the hoof, right where it connects to the ground. A lot of the stuff here. You start getting into the hoses. Right, everybody said the hose. You guys probably are done with this thing. Probably wondering what's taking them so long. It's just lucky we get a block in. Okay, wow. Just a lot of bristle brush right now for the background. And I like it a lot of real kind of muted. And then when I clean my brush and come back with some of this orange I was, tinkering with down in here, a little bit stronger colors. We're sort of working those guys farther back here now. That's about it for those. So done. All right. It's time to start carving out a few things. I'm going to work on this, put this guy's shirt in. Because when I start putting in synthetics, I'm going to have all that roughness from the other paint, everything else, and I'll be all of a sudden now going to a nice clean line. And I just love that look. And I'm just going to try and work these pants back here on this other person. Try to do them all just by hitting the highlights, painting the highlights. I moved them up a little bit. Now, do the blue jeans from the bottom up. And put in a red shirt. A little more, start off a little more darker than what it is. Go with some almost more pure lizard in here almost. And that. Just thinking about the spotting a couple spots here for red for the hose too. Oh, we didn't make any skin tone, did we? Because we were, the horse was eating. We were afraid this horse was going to be eating this guy's hand. I'm just moving it up just a little bit, his hand. All I'm going to do is hit highlights. Color I'm using is just alizarin, cad red, a little bit of white. A little bit darker. We had a little green to it. Yeah. Green, blue. These boots a little bit stronger now. Now I get back on the important thing. More. I'm just coming through here. The one thing about using a bristle, you get a lot of, does a lot of blending stuff for you. So, all right. Let's get this tail down here. Yeah, probably short of those legs again. Usually am. All right. Let's get this horse moving a little bit. Hey, like probably going to be a lot of changes, drawing changes and stuff in them, but I can at least show you the color pattern I'll be using. So even it starts even here on the hump, right here, just making sure you get phthalo green on this side, the more alizarin on the other side at the top. And then more purple on the back side, more green on the front side of the shape. Down in here, there's a lot more warmth right at the bottom of his legs. You can go to a little pinkish colors. So be switching over to oxide red and phthalo green for that. I'm going to put just a little more red into my color though. And this is midtones. Midtones of these legs. This. Phthalo green and alizarin with just a little white in it, really on the green side. Bring in here doing this side of his face and stuff. Making sure I got some stuff done, get some color in these areas. So his eyeball definitely has some warmth in it. So alizarin, just for the eyeball. Probably end up being the same for the mouth too when you get down in here. That stuff in. Okay. What are we doing? Now I'm gonna start building the horse, I guess. I'm gonna go back to a bristle for this, then come back at the end with a synthetic for the final touches. So since this horse is facing us backwards, we're getting the back end. The back end is going to be warmer than the front end. The front end is going to be just slightly cooler for us. Not by much, but so I'm thinking that I'm going to do more yellow warmth into the middle back and middle of his body, and then cooler up front, maybe more pink. So let me see. I'm going to stay with my mid warm grays first and get those guys in these legs. Well, they're warm, but they're not really. I mean, this transparent oxide is white, and there's basically the value is 4. So I want to use these guys back in here. Okay. A little bit more, maybe go to a yellowish version of it. Bottom of his foot, leg here. Those are just midtones. The highlight's going to be probably more pinkish on the bottom one. So going to the front, I think I'm going to go a little cooler. This front leg, so it has just a little bit more blueness to it. So this is basically oxide red and blue and white. Maybe just a more on the blue side. Boy, one. And run that up his face a little bit too. Just using my grays, my cooler grays now, my around his face. Using a brush that's way too big for the job. That's okay. A lot of blues, a lot of greens, more up the front. A little bit warmer, yellower greens in the back here. Really pushing that. Doesn't look like it. I am. Okay. All right. Got it to about right spot. Right spot. I want to make sure the shadows are in. I think his legs are way too short. They usually are. But we'll see. Work with it and we'll change it later. Can always add, get plenty of room to push him down or push it up. Okay. Well, it's looking very muddy. Usually mud means you're at the wrong tone. It's probably more warm, more cool than it is warm. Especially when you start putting in a lot of greens in here. Okay. Back to my synthetic. All right. Putting in these highlights. Definitely want to put them in. I'm going to start with the pinks, usually pink. Work to yellows, and then work to blues. So places I know I see it right off the bat is right in there. Could be a little bit warmer. That could be just a slightly too cool pink. Okay. Let me see that. It's a little warmer, so there's more cad into it than alizarin. Okay. So, right. All right. Clean paint over dirty paint. Usually it's not going to work unless you have oil. Touch your oil, grab my paint. Get that straight. Come down the leg a little bit. This is a lizard or cad red with white, so it's more warm. Still probably just a hair too light. This spot. Hmm. Again. I'll bring it in. The top and bring it down. This is just the pinks. Now I'm going to start warming up this pink with just a little bit of yellow in this face here, especially on the sunny side. More red in that. That'd be good. Okay. I'm just getting rid of that pink. I'm almost done with it now. Just gotta make sure it's not popping right here. Why? Oil. That's your oil. Grab the paint. And put it in. It might just be a slightly too dark, too light. I mean, not dark enough yet. I mean, too dark. Get the drawing a little bit better. Let me get that clean brush, clean oil. Yeah, see, it looks very pink, doesn't it? Very pink.
Maybe it's just the light, but it looks, I can see the yellow, but I can't really see the pink.
Yeah, that's true. I'll bring it in. You can start to see it. Well, it's still.
There, yeah, okay. Yep, there you go.
To see it.
I see it, yeah.
A
Is
lot of pink.
it really, what's it, they call it white out? Really
Yeah,
blues out? Yeah. Okay.
you can start to see it up there. I just
Oh, yeah,
getting the thing to focus.
that helps. That's great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You can start to see it around there. So I want to get that pink on the outsides, then go to yellow in the middle, white or pink or blue, light blue, white in your hottest spot.
Okay.
So clean brush. Let me see if this starts to work. I might even let me put it. I'm gonna go with it. Gotta go with it. Gotta go with it. Looks just a little too pale. Just dip your brush in oil, grab your paint. I see it going across this back edge here. And then maybe working it up just a little bit more into the pink up here, softening the edge. And it should start to start breaking out. Maybe just a touch more yellow, just a touch, just a little pale. There we go.
I apologize for my dog snoring.
Is that your dog?
Yeah. I realized I didn't have it muted. Apologize.
Somebody was going, wow, wow. I go, oh, wow, somebody really likes it.
Well, he does. She does, but she's asleep.
So yeah, I'm just building up the yellow now in just a lot less. A lot of the places I put pink before, but now I'm really pushing the yellow back into it. Maybe even just all of a sudden the pink will start to disappear. I get that a little bit harder. Okay. So right in the middle of this yellow spot, make sure it's good and clean. I'm gonna put a dot of blue in there, light blue, white. Same value as the the yellow. And that's it. That's what you do. A lot of pink, white, and this horse. A lot of purples. And I'll show you that. And we'll start to see what you guys have done. Now, I'm going to get a little bit of a burnout here before you can start to see it. That's how white it looks. It looks so white. You can't tell the difference. But it's a nicer effect. It's a real nice way to get in here and do the face and stuff like that. I got a lot of work to do on that. I was hoping that this was going to be one of those ones that, just magically happened out of my brush. And I'd get a lot farther for you guys. It doesn't look like that happened here. I mean, a lot of things I'm not touching any small brushes at this point. Problem with the horse, making sure when you have a horse like this, making sure you got both ears in there, or else you got a unicorn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You
Unicorn.
don't want,
For my
you
great niece.
Yep. You don't want to get caught with a unicorn. Because that's, probably what's going to happen there. Okay, get rid of a few things here. I'm gonna work on his muzzle a little bit more. Instead of trying not to use small brushes, pulling them out to the ends type things. Because I will just, jump in here and take over. So I'm just trying to stay away from those guys. And the people, a little bit of work yet to do. Get that product placement in here, though. Yeah. Decent start. I'll finish it up. And, Sure you guys see it. I'm gonna take this leg up. It needs to go up higher. Up here. Why don't want to? All right. Let's see what you guys did. I'll bring you guys in for an idea of what this thing's going to look like. I have to do some work. But it's blocked in. We got to block in. All right. Start to see it. I mean, I'm sorry about the blowout lights. Let me see if I can. Oh, it doesn't do anything. That one? Maybe it's that one. No. Anyway, that's the start of it. Then we'll get all the colors in there. So let's see. We got Lisa, Kim, and Nancy. The two people left. So Lisa,
I'm here.
there we go.
I didn't do
Let's see what
figures
Lisa's done.
because you know how I hate horses.
Well, you should probably did a great job.
They're hard for me to paint. So I'm concentrating on the horse.
Okay, good. Well, it looks good. Your colors are looking good so far.
It's
So
the
what are you gonna do
rainbow
with the
horse.
background? You're not gonna worry about the people or what?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool.
Because the last
Just-
times I painted a horse, they looked like goats. So I'm just concentrating on the horse.
Okay. Yep. I'd say, yeah, I think his neck could be wider at the base, but that's about it. Not
Okay.
though, I mean, I think it's too skinny.
Okay.
You know, right at the shoulder where it hits the shoulder. Everything
Yeah.
else looks like it's drawn out pretty well. Faces look coming along real well. Your colors, they work. You know, that did work so far. Very
Okay.
white, very clean. You do got a unicorn. You put a unicorn horn on that thing. You got a sail.
All right, I will.
All right. Good
Let's just-
job, though. I mean, really, the drawing's
Okay.
good.
Lisa, make it pink and you'll sell it.
I know. I am. I'm going to go to town on it, sell it to a 6-year-old.
Right.
Get 50 cents.
Oh, come on, guys.
Oh, come on. It's
The
better than.
pink was an idea.
No, I'm going with the pink.
I understand the pink. I do now. I get it. Okay, all I
Okay.
did because I'm not out in my studio was draw it.
Okay.
Draw it.
Here, let me.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like a thoroughbred.
I know.
Oh,
the
that's a nice horse, though.
neck's too long. Yeah, it's more thoroughbred. That's exactly.
Uh,
No.
yeah. The neck's probably just a hair too long,
Yeah. Well,
but
it's
it could be the width too.
Yeah, could be. Yeah. But yeah.
A little bit wider, and it would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you gonna paint on it? That?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna paint. It's pouring down rain again, and when that happens here in Houston, it like floods, and so I just didn't want to go to the studio in the middle of it. So I thought, well, I'll just
Okay.
stay you and draw it, and then tomorrow I will go paint it. Yay!
Cool.
Yeah.
And you are set up on the student site
Uh-huh.
and Facebook.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Well,
I'll
then just
everything in there, and you can say more neck, more people.
maybe,
or-
maybe.
Because I can't see it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Good. Well, it's a
Yeah.
great start, and it's nice meeting you.
Yeah. Nice to meet
Okay.
you guys.
Okay. Let's see who we got. Kim
Run away.
Kim, did you paint?
Am I unmuted?
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I painted. It's a bit of a, again, too much paint, but there's a lot on here. I got,
Oh, look at this. Oh, that has a lot of that's going somewhere, Kim. That's really nice. You can really, it really, even the people back there are, really help set the scene. And the person, I mean, yeah. That I definitely keep going with that. I think
yeah,
the force looks like proportionally real well, real very
The shoulder-
good.
I can,
Uh,
I can see the shoulder off now that I'm looking at it, sort of reverse.
yeah, it could go a little bit higher on the top.
Right.
And it bounces, but yeah, we'll fix that. But it's really, I mean, the basics of the horse are right there, pretty good stuff. And people, you work on those guys. A lot of times it's just when you start getting to this point, lights and darks, will start popping out and really start creating a lot of magic. Oh, I did never showed you guys how to do the
Froth.
okay, that's really great.
Thank you.
Here, 1 second on mine. You're good, you're good. No one else painted, that's it. Okay. Let me show you guys 1 second here how I'm gonna do this mushy water here and stuff with my knife.
Sudsy water.
The sudsy water. It's kind of a pinkish white. Again, I'm just gonna load up my knife. My knife on one edge with the amount with a good amount of paint. And I'm just gonna try and get this one shape here. Lay it in here and just lay it down really quickly. And get that one shape and then play with it. Go back and add little things to it. Push the shape around just on the outside, nibble at the corners, help soften it. If I lay my whole thing down, I can get a lot of extra little texture things happening too. So, and you can get all this kind of goofy little sudsy feel things just like that. I might have to switch colors a little bit and go to a little more purples and stuff like that down in here to switch around. Or when you get into in the shadows, you'll be switching off to more of a purplish color. But it's just got to connect a little bit to that shape. And that'll do it. That's all I'll be doing for that stuff. Again, then just at the bottom of the hoofs, just a line of suds. And that's just like that. Just a little scratch. But above it, you got to have that warm spot where it connects the hoof to the twit. So I always put 2 lines. There can be 2 lines there. And a lot of work here. But this is how I'd be doing that stuff, and then just touching it out. And that's a little smooshing with a knife. And that's pretty much what that shape can be. Oh, could be a little bit cooler. I went a little bit red. It could have been a little bit bluer. So I'll put some blue into it. Anyway, that's our first one for Sunday, or for our summer here. We got next week. Were you guys interested in painting anything special I can look for?
You said you had your list.
I said what?
You said you had your list of things you wanted us to paint.
I have a list, But I was just saying, if you guys had something, I could look on my list and see if I had it. Okay, fine. Be that way. Anyway,
problem.
yeah. All right. Well, that's it for tonight, and I'll work on this thing. You guys get yours finished up, post them when you can, and I'll give you feedback. And I'll look for something fun next week. So, till then, have a great week.
Good night,
Thank-
everybody.
Good night.
Night.